Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. It is Tife here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this flawless glam on a dark skin. So if you're a dark skin girly, let's get right into it. Before we get into today's glam look, if you are loving makeup tips and want to see more, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I promise you won't want to miss the looks I have planned. Today's video is a look I did on my clients, and I made sure her face is clean by cleaning her face with wipes, and then I moved on to shave her brows. When shaving the brows, make sure you don't trim off too much hair so you won't end up damaging the person's brows. So what you just have to do is cut off the excess hair, as you can see me do. Then I use the Moisture Bomb moisturizer to moisturize her face. This is a water-based moisturizer and it is good for all skin types. Spread evenly and make sure it gets to all corners of the face. I use my hand to apply it underneath the eyes because that is where I need the moisturizer the most. It helps to lay the foundation for all the liquids and powders that are still going to go over there. Then you use your fan to allow it sink into the skin before you go in with your primer. I use the Aqua Grip Radiant Finish Primer to prime my face, and then I dried with my fan. For foundation, I use just one foundation. I use the Silver Mark foundation in Black Coffee. When blending foundation on the face, be light-handed. Stop blending as if your client offended you. You see the way I'm blending the foundation and her head is not even moving. That is the way you should blend. When you use good products, you won't have to struggle. So for blush, I use the Cindy Slip and Cheek palette. This palette is so pigmented. This is not even overhyping. Like, I love using products that make me work with ease. So this palette can be used for lipstick and can also be used for blush. It gives you a smooth blend without patches. Then I use the Adventure Concealer Color 3 for the highlights. When working on a dark skin, you have to be mindful of the amount of foundations or concealers you use in order to get a skin-like and flawless finish. She wanted a subtle glam, and in order to achieve that, you have to work with something not too lighter than her skin tone. I applied the concealer to the sides of her face to give her face a lift. I used the Becca setting powder in Lucent to set the highlighted areas. You can use any shade of setting powder on a dark skin person. You just need to know the right technique of applying it to get a skin-like finish. First step is, do not pack too much on the beauty blender. Then dust it off, as you can see me do. Dust off the excess that is on the beauty blender before applying on the face. And you press it in while applying. Then you repeat the process over and over again till you see that the under eye is dry enough. Then I applied powder over the setting powder because the setting powder can't just stay alone. You need to apply powder for more coverage. Then I applied powder to the rest of the face. I used the Becca powder for the highlighted areas. Then I used the Flawless EV powder for the rest of the face. I start my application of powder below the cheekbone to be sure if the color I'm applying matches with the person's skin tone. Do not be scared to apply powder on the blush. It's not going to fade away. The blush is so pigmented and is going to stay till the end of the glam. I use the darkest shade on the Flawless EV powder palette for her contour. Please guys, like, share and subscribe. Also let me know the areas in makeup where you have difficulty, and I will do my best to make videos on them. I used the Nia Beauty Spray to set everything in place and then dried with the fan. I used the Browmatic by Damel to tame down her brows. Then I used the Courage Liner to line her brows. Make sure you follow the shape of her brows. Whatever you do on one side, make sure you do it on the other side. No matter how many brow tutorials you watch, if you don't start practicing, you'll never get better. So the secret is to keep practicing. As you can see, I'm only tracing the shape of her brows. I'm not drawing something else, which is what you have to do. Also hold your breath while drawing the brows. It helps to give you a straight line while you are drawing the brows, and also helps to avoid you breathing on your client's face. Then I filled in the end of the brows with the gel liner to give it more depth. Then I used the Davis pencil color 3 to fill the beginning of the brows. To To highlight the brows, I use the Adventure Concealer Color 3. While doing this, use it to trace whatever you've drawn with the gel liner or clean some mistakes you made while drawing the brows. For the upper part of the brows, I did not use the concealer. I used the foundation I used on her to highlight the brows. For the eyeshadow, I used the VBT Nude eyeshadow palette for the whole eyeshadow. I used a soft brown for the transition. And I blend in circles, as you can see. I was dipping the brush into the palette and applying. I did not rush, so stop rushing. Take your time to blend your eyeshadow well so you can achieve a good result. And whatever you do on one eye, you must do on the other eye. And then I applied a nude shade from the palette because she wanted something subtle, and that was what I worked with. Do not drag. And for matte eyeshadows, I realized that the brush you use in your application will determine the result you are going to get. So when applying matte eyeshadows, use a blending brush that is soft to get the result you want. Then I gave the eyeshadow a little bit of depth by the side. And I did not go in with all the black at once. I took my time and I made sure I blend one first before taking another, which is the mistake most of you do make. Then you end up struggling to blend it out. Then I applied gel liner on our waterline. And guys, please, I beg you, be fast when doing this so you won't irritate your client's eye and then she'll start crying. Then I dust off the setting powder and apply powder on the face. For blush, I use the CPD blush palette. For her lip, I used the darkest brown on the Posh and Sassy lip palette to overline her lip. From the same palette, I applied this nude pink and then blend well. I applied the mascara and the bronzer, and voila, we are done. Thank you so much guys for watching. I really appreciate. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos and techniques like this. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Keep it real. We collide for the night. I'll be here, paradise in your eyes, but I'm not your